What's going on YouTube? This is Just My Opinion, and today I will be reviewing Foster the People's debut album, Torches. Now, Foster the People is a band from Los Angeles, California, who broke on into the scene with their popular song, Pumped Up Kicks, back in 2010. And not to sound like a hipster or anything, but when I first heard this song, I knew that this was going to be a big hit. And of course I say, not trying to be a hipster, and meanwhile I'm wearing fucking glasses and a beanie. So the whole concept of this album is basically just to try and promote the single Pumped Up Kicks more and try to put out more singles that would have had the same success as Pumped Up Kicks. And in the end, they wound up making a nice blend of indie alternative pop music. Now, they also put out the album Supermodel in 2014, but ever since Pumped Up Kicks, they were never able to meet the success of that song as far as any of the songs put out on their first two albums. But overall, with this album, they did manage to also put out a lot of very, very catchy and memorable songs. And you could tell right away from the song Halina Beat that they were just having their ear with just very catchy, memorable indie music. This is one of the standout tracks on the album for me. It has great synth leads to it. It has a very 80s feel to it almost, but more modern. It was very up-tempo. I love the beat on it. And this song is actually all about the lead singer, Mark Foster's struggles with addiction, drug addiction. And it's amazing to me because a lot of their subject matters are often very dreary and depressing, but they make this music sound so melodic and catchy and fun. And speaking of dreary but fun, we then get the next song, Pumped Up Kicks, which is by far their most popular song to date. It's by far my favorite song of theirs to date. Great song. It's very, very catchy. I love the laid-back beat and the groove. I love the bass line on it. I love the whistles that they use. And the whirly reverb synths. And this song is actually all about someone going out robbing and killing people. But again, they just made a very fun, catchy tune based off of a dreary subject matter. And then from here we get my second favorite track on the album, titled Call It What You Want. Another extremely catchy track. It mixes indie electronic music with alternative in a fantastic way. It has really nice, beautiful piano leads and progressions and a very dancey beat. The song is actually all about not conforming to the norms of society, and I love the vocal scratches throughout the beat of this song that are layered in. It kind of reminds me of something that Fatboy Slim would actually produce, but again, another great song. Now, the fourth song on this album was Don't Stop, which is probably their second most recognizable and second most popular song to date. This was featured in a lot of commercials when it first came out. I was hearing this song a lot. This definitely has the most rock influence, just most alternative rock, basic alternative rock influence on it. It did have more whistling, much like Pumped Up Kicks. It had an okay guitar solo at the end. Overall, though, I wasn't really feeling this song. This is one of my least favorite songs on the album. It is very catchy, but not in the good catchy sense in which you want to hear it over and over again. It's more so the catchy sense in which it gets stuck in your head and you kind of just want to jab your ears out. No! Make it stop! Please! From here, though, we get Waste, which is another one of my standout tracks, another fantastic track. I love the beat on it. It's very groovy and kind of dancey. Definitely indie pop influence with electronic in there. I love the chopped up vocals that he uses in the beat. And I also love the bells and the pianos. They sound beautiful together, layered very well. And Mark Foster again wrote another very catchy song. And this song, I actually like the message behind it too. It's all about wanting to be there for somebody and make them change for the best. The next song we get is I Would Do Anything for Love, which the title of the song kind of speaks for itself. It's all about how he's falling in love with somebody. Again, another extremely catchy indie pop alternative electronic tune. The song is layered very, very well. I love the guitars and the pianos on it. There was even certain sections of the song, I couldn't tell if it was kind of like an electric piano or if it was like a bass that he was using for like this little solo bit, but it actually sounded dope. And not only this song, but most of the songs on this are just layered so well with mixing all these different styles of music together. From here we get another solid song, Houdini. This was another single that was put out by them. It has kind of a similar tempo and beat to Call It What You Want within that same tempo. Again, it's another very good blend of indie electronic music. It has these very screechy synths at the chorus of the song, but again, it's layered very well. And the song is all kind of about, you know, the struggles of everyday life and kind of wanting to disappear at times. Now, the next song we get on the album is Life on the Nickel, which is again another song based off of the subject matter of Mark Foster being addicted to drugs and kind of struggling to find his next fix. But again, he does this type of song in such a very catchy way. This song also had nice kicks and nice pianos to it. Again, very well produced song. The chorus, his vocals are very high pitched, and his singing style in general, he has this kind of very weird range where he's not going to blow you away as far as his singing goes, but he definitely has these high-pitched vocals that he uses on the choruses, as well as sometimes in his verses as well, that still sound very melodic and infectious and very catchy at the same time. Now, the second to last song we get here is Miss You, which this is one of my least favorite songs on the project. It wasn't really a bad song, but it was kind of the most underwhelming as far as the production goes, and it was one of the least catchy and least memorable moments on the album. Again, he fuses electronic music and pop music together, but this time around, just it all together, layered together, was just very underwhelming as a whole. And the album ends off nicely with the song Warrant, another catchy song made by Mark Foster. I love the choir synths in the beginning of the song, but as a whole, this song actually has, again, some of the more just regular alternative rock sounds and feel to it. And again, it has some very, very nice pianos on it. Overall, a nice way to end off the album. So overall, in conclusion, I thought this was a great album by Foster the People. I think that Mark Foster did a fantastic job of making very, very catchy songs, very catchy indie pop songs. And although the album did start to lose some of its luster towards the end, there were only 10 songs and the album was only 40 minutes long, so it's not like it really lost its luster that quickly to the point where it was no longer listenable. It was very short, concise, and again, Mark Foster did a very outstanding job of blending indie, pop, electronica, dance, alternative rock, and pop all together and making it very catchy and very memorable. And if you are a fan of artists such as the 1975, MGMT, Passion Pit, and Phoenix, I suggest that you go listen to this album if you already have not heard this album. Mark, I'm waiting for more music. I was hoping that you would have some new music come out this year, but please put out some new music soon. I'm dying to hear what you guys are going to have come out next. I rate this overall an 8.5 out of 10. This is just my opinion, and thank you for watching.